As most of you now know, I was in an abusive relationship, and it was an on and off relationship for a couple of years, because with every time we broke up, we somehow found our way back to each other, and I always went back, and here's why. I went back out of fear. I thought it was out of love, but now I understand and I can clearly see that I went back out of fear. I was scared of the unknown. I was scared to be alone for the rest of my life, because this was a false belief which I had believed into from a very young age, and now it became dominant and it was holding me back. So I went back to that place of bondage, to that place of captivity, to that toxic and abusive relationship, because it was my place of comfort. It was what I was familiar with. It didn't make it right, but I knew what I was getting into, and I kind of was used to that abuse, and that's when you know you've been trauma bonded by that time. As I said in one of my videos, it wasn't until that the pain grew so much greater than my fear to leave, and that's when I left. And my message to you today is that every time you decide to go back to something that God has called you out from, it's just going to be worse than the previous time, and it's only going to get worse if you don't leave and never go back. And I'd like to bring this into biblical terms. When God was trying to save the Israelites from Egypt, he was leading them into Canaan, which happens to be your promise, which happens to be something so much better than what you would have hoped for. So God needs to take you out of that toxic relationship, because he has a better one for you. You just have to trust in him and move forward in faith.